Hello everyone, welcome back. We're here with Charisse Wells, the Bison General of the Minutemen. And as you can see, there's Heather, and Sparky's around here somewhere. But I got some news. There's Sparky, puppy Sparky. A strange man wearing a very fashionable tannish brown suit with a brown trench coat and wearing strange 3D glasses. You know, the old 1950s kind with the paper frames and then the one red lens and the one blue lens. Yeah, he came up to her and said, "I know this is going to sound strange, but come with me if you want to live." And she, of course, looked at him incredulously and said, "What the fuck?" And he's like, I know this is hard to imagine, to take in, to believe, but I need you to come with me. There is a catastrophic disaster that is about to befall the Commonwealth and quite probably the Earth. If you don't come with me, you will die, and we can't have that. She's like, "We who?" "Well, never mind the we," he says, "but you are too important. We need you to survive." And she's like, what are you talking about?" He's like, "There's an asteroid, a comet." And she's like, "There's a difference." He's like, "Doesn't matter. There's a big boom that's going to come, and you need to be not here when it happens. It's going to destroy the entire world that you know." And she says, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, God. Okay, come with me." And she's brave. She's not stupid. She's hesitant, but she's like, "Okay, I'm armed, I'm ready. I can take care of myself." So she follows him, and he takes her to, well, a strange phone booth that she's never seen in America before. And he pulls out a weird pipe, tube, makes a funny noise, and he says, "Come inside." So she goes inside, and it is huge inside. She cannot believe it. And she's like, "What the hell?" He's like, I know. This isn't important right now." She's like, "Yeah, right. This isn't important. What the hell?" He's like, I know. Don't worry about it. But here, see, right on this monitor, this is coming to Earth right now." And she looks at it and she reads what it's saying, and it's huge. It has some kind of bacteria on it that rewrites DNA, or not DNA, it rewrites other bacteria to match itself. And it does create greenery and plant, a huge abundance in plant life, but most life that's already there has a hard time dealing with the new bacteria. So a new type of life has to form from it that is used to, it'll wipe out everybody on the planet. And he says, "Please, you have to come with me. I can take you to the future where this problem has sorted itself out, and you can start over, and I need you to come with me." And she's like, "But oh my God, are you kidding me? I have lost so much already. I've lost my home, my world, my brother, my nephew, everything. And then I just found love. Found the woman of my dreams. I found a companion, a good puppy. And now I'm going to lose them too." He said, No. As you can see, I have plenty of room to bring all three of you with me. That's fine. That's okay. I can bring the three of you. But I can't save the entire world. I can't save everybody. But you are the most important thing. You can change the world. Except you can't stop an asteroid, and neither can I. But come with me, and I can save you. and your 2 loved ones. And she talked to Heather about it, and Heather was like, oh, well, if as long as we're together, yes. And she said, okay, we'll do it. He says, okay, great. And he starts pulling handles and flipping switches, and this strange whooshing, clanking, metal grinding, electronic, strange noises start occurring. And, part of the center console starts moving up and down at a faster pace and such. And it's just a noise fest, and it's kind of freaking her out a bit. And he's zipping around the center console and doing things, and things seem to be going smoothly for a few minutes. And then suddenly, bam! Everything just starts shaking and going all fuckerdoodle. All just crazy. And he's like, what? Oh, God, not again, not again. And she's like, not again? He's like, I've dealt with this. Don't worry about it. It's cool. I got it. Hey, I'm the doctor. I can handle anything. She's like, you're the doctor? Doctor who? And he's like, yes, exactly. And, of course, she's completely lost. And so he ends up landing, apparently, here, right in this spot. And he's like, okay, we're here. And she's like, great, here, we're in the future. He's like, yes. Wait, what? Yes? No. We are in 2277, around the time where you left the vault. And she's like, wait, what? So we didn't go forward in time. We sort of went back in time? He's like, no. We went to another Earth. And she's like, another Earth. He said, well, this has only happened one other time, where for some reason the TARDIS took us. Not you, well, yes, we are on a parallel reality. Another Earth, a parallel Earth, where things are different but the same, but we don't know which is what yet. And she is very confused. And apparently so is the doctor. He said, this has only happened to me once before, and I don't want to talk about it. I lost somebody dear to me. We were able to fix things, but eventually I lost her. I just, shut up, I don't want to talk about it. So she left. They walked out of he calls it the TARDIS. TARDIS, which she thought was weird, and came out into this world. And as you can see, it's a little different. There is greenery. Not a lot of it. A lot of the trees are still dead, but not all of them. Some trees do have leaves growing on them. Some trees are alive, but it's not as desolate as it was before. And she's rather surprised. And she's like, but this is what? This is a parallel Earth. And he said, yes, this is known as, according to the TARDIS, this is Earth J2022. And he was still just trying to figure it out and understand what was going on and how it happened. But yeah, this world is different. And she said, well, if this is around the time that I left the vault, am I going to meet myself? I mean, is this going to be a problem? And he said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. And she said, well, I mean, I kind of need to know if I'm going to run it. I mean, what's going to happen if I do run into myself? And he said, well, probably nothing bad. I don't know. You're a nice person. Probably nothing bad, I'm guessing. So he said, why don't we go check out the vault together? And she said, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Let me just check out the world around me. He said, of course. I will be here. I won't be going anywhere just yet. So this is the world now. There is greenery. There is life. There is Sparky. So she has Sparky with her. And she has Heather with her. But, yeah, things are different. And I will show you how things are different. And it's not just because things are green and this tree is alive. I'm sure you guys can see it. That look familiar? Anyone? Anyone?
If it weren't for the caravan,
Bueller?
I'd have to close up shop. You've always been my best customers.
Yeah. There's Codsworth. The world is a little different place because... Okay, now it's time for some fourth wall breaking stuff. The world is a different place now because I went into Vortex, which is... Some of you PC users will probably know what Vortex is. And Vortex is something that allows me to create different profiles so I can create brand new games. Just different playthroughs that use different mods, so I don't have to run all 140 mods at a time for certain characters. So like Artemis Steel can be running mods that Charisse doesn't have, isn't using. For example, Charisse doesn't have the Ranger Sequoia mod because, well, the NCR hasn't made it to her world yet. So there's no Ranger Sequoia. There's no that gun that Deckard uses that she used on previous playthroughs. But in this world, she has the she's got this gun. Well, let me just do this. She's got the 1911, the Colt 1911. But Artemis Steel does not have the Colt 1911 in her world. So I'm able to have certain mods run with other playthroughs. It just adds a little variety and difference and change and stuff like that, and it's kind of neat. Well, I had like 6 characters all on one profile called Default. And I thought, you know, I want to start running, well, for example, Artemis Steel on her own profile, running her own mods, instead of going into the default profile before starting up Artemis Steel, Samantha Kane, a different Savannah Avenger, and a few other characters that you guys I haven't really shown you guys yet. And I mean, I had a Silver Shroud character. She became the Silver Shroud, and Heather became the Mistress of Mystery, and with the 44 Magnum, and they had adventures and stuff like that. And I hadn't really done much in the building. I was trying to build up the character first. So I had all those on the default profile. But I also had Jason Sexy. He's on his own separate profile. A different Savannah Avenger has her own profile. And I even have a tester profile, so I can test mods to see if they work and if they're the ones causing me issues and such. So I had, a bunch of different profiles. So point of this long explanation is I wanted to create a profile for Savannah, damn it, Artemis Steele would have her own profile. And Charisse, the Bison General, would have her own profile. So I could just have whatever mods I wanted running. So I went in and I created what was called a clone profile. So it looked just the same as the original default profile, but it was a clone. So I went, great, it's a clone. It's not the same as the original. It is not the original. It is a clone of the original. It's a separate one. And I went in and I started, you guys can see where I'm going with this. I started deleting the other save games in the default, in the clone of the default. So I deleted my Mechanist character, which I will probably someday do again. I don't know. That one was a fun one. That's a fun concept that I have. And so I was deleting those saves, and I was deleting I deleted the Silver Shroud saves, and I was deleting one of my Reformed Raider character saves, and I came to the Bison Generals saves. And before I started hitting delete, I heard a voice in my head say, whoa, 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 whoa. Literally, I heard the voice saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, check the default, check the original profile, check it. Look at your current profile, check the original profile. Look at what's going on. Just check it, check it, check it. And I went, I don't need to check it, it's a copy. Check it. And I deleted from top to bottom. I deleted, and I was deleting files. And it said, stop, wait, check the profile, check the default, check the original. And eventually the voice went, all right, whatever. And I said, okay, cleared off all the saves on the clone of the default. Okay, I'll go check the default. Yeah, everything I deleted in the clone was gone from the original default. Everything was gone from the default. All of her saves were gone. Everything. So I created a new profile called Bison General, and I had to start all over again. So, with starting all over again, there's a few changes that I decided to make. And that gun does not allow me to zoom in. This greenery is one of the new changes. I thought, you know what? I've wanted to play with a little more green in the Commonwealth, but I don't want something that goes and could potentially tax my system because I am running about 140 mods right now. A lot of the mods are things like, well, this gun, which is, let's see. Well, it's basically the 10mm pistol from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, because it's a neat design. Clothing mods, you know, with me using USO and UCO to be able to create the hat and the clothing outfits and just, you know, put on ballistic weave and all that stuff. So, you know, I went and, you know, kept some of those mods. But I thought, all right, I'll do something that gets green, but I don't want to go and tax my system. So I grabbed a mod called A Little Bit of Green version 2.5. And basically it adds leaves to some trees. You know, you can see some of the trees actually have leaves on them. Some of them don't. So it's like, okay, well, the Commonwealth is growing back slowly, but you can see grass and things like that. And so because I have made this a parallel universe, a parallel Earth, so things that are similar but different, Charisse, we're going to go back to the lore here. Charisse and the doctor went up and visited the vault. You can see the thingy right there. Went up and visited the vault. And she and Heather and Sparky went inside, and they found a very familiar sight. Bodies everywhere. Checked the computers. It was still a mutiny. People still left. But there were a few other differences. And Heather and Charisse both cried, consoled each other, because inside the vault, Charisse found herself
Fucking muties.
in the freezing chamber,
They are. It's hard to
dead.
believe they were once people, like me and you.
Charisse in this universe, this one right here, is dead. But so's her brother. But her nephew's missing. Charisse never made it out of the vault. Charisse never made it out of the cryo chamber. Her brother was shot dead. Her nephew, Sean, was kidnapped. So she, the doctor, and Heather carried out the bodies of herself and her brother and brought them here. This is her brother Nate. One of his favorite flowers. And this is Charisse with her favorite flower. And they were able to grow some roses here, transplant some roses. Place of honor in their old home. So yeah, she does not have to worry about running into herself in this parallel universe. She's also not going to meet her brother in this parallel universe. She doesn't even know if she's ever going to see Sean. She's probably not going to see Sean because, well, shit, Sean was kidnapped. Fucking, she don't even know when the hell Sean was kidnapped. So she's able to not have to worry about a time paradox or anything like that. But after the memorial, which was a few days, she found Codsworth. They avoided Codsworth just in case. They didn't want Codsworth to see Charisse carrying her dead self. So they avoided Codsworth. Came here. She went down to, after the memorial, she spoke with Codsworth, went down, and she eventually went to the Museum of Freedom. And there she found something different. Another change in this world that she didn't expect. She found Preston, yes. Preston wasn't alone. Well, duh, he's got Marcy and June and Sturgis and Mama Murphy. Yes, he does. But he had 2 other Minutemen with him who were still alive. He had 2 other civilians with him as well. 3. Let's see. What was it? The Freedom 5. Let's see. Including Preston. We got Preston, Sturgis, Mama Murphy, June, Marcy, Minuteman, Genevieve, Peter, and I forgot who the other one is. But there are 10 survivors. 10 survivors in the Museum of Freedom who had survived the Quincy Massacre. Preston was able to save, including himself, 10 people, not 4 or 5, including himself. He's still distraught, but he was able to save more people in this universe. She noticed that there are some differences. And so she rescued all 10 of them, not 5. She came back here and she is becoming the general again.
Whenever I see a place like this, I always wonder, what was it like before the war? You know, to live there?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Heather. So, yeah. So there are more survivors this time around. There's going to be a greenery mod. Oh, and I chose, yes, I chose this mod, the a little bit of green version 2.5, because it does add some green, but ironically, these are dead leaves. They kind of look like mulch. Basically, they took the I don't know, they took some kind of slider and just basically went, for some of the things that are brown, let's just run the slider across so that they're more green. Well, that seems to have affected the dead leaves as well. But the greenery mod does not actually come through the floor. There is another mod that I was looking at and I did try, called Rebalance Project, A Healthier Commonwealth. But that had grass just growing right here, like right up through the floor, which annoys the hell out of me, because it's like, well, if I'm going to be clearing these things out of junk and turning them back into livable locations, nobody wants to mow their bedroom, So as nice as that mod looked, also I kind of noticed that sometimes my cooling fan would kick in a little more often. So I didn't want to strain my system too much. So I thought, okay, I'll go with a little bit of green. So you can see that there is green here in the grass, and the dead leaves, which are basically just really rotted, and some leaves on the tree, on some of the trees. But yeah, that's why I chose that instead of some of the other greenery mods. I just don't want grass growing through concrete floors and just ruining the look. I just don't want it to ruin the look. So, yeah, this is... yeah, so you get, yeah, everything over here that I was working on last week, yeah, here's where it was. Over here. Oh, I was thinking of rebuilding the bridge, because now I have console commands, ironically, on console command on a computer, but not a console like Xbox, whatever. Anyway, but then I thought, I'll just keep this one and just say that the Freedom 10 helped her rebuild the bridge. But yeah, does this area look familiar? And there's the tobacco cellar with Brad. And the brothel. The bar and the movie theater. Now, this is very disheartening. And we're at 30 minutes. We got 8 minutes left. So, tricycle repair shop. Now, I'm grateful that I was able to record all of those. What really upsets me is there were a few other builds that I was working on, and one at the castle I was hugely proud of. But according to the timeline, I couldn't really show it yet because it was a little too clean, a little too advanced, and looked more like what was happening 3 to 5 years after she had cleared up the Commonwealth and got rid of the Brotherhood of Steel. Except the Prid one was still floating over there. That's why I never recorded it yet. She hasn't done anything that has the Brotherhood of Steel in town yet, but so I'm bummed about. I had such an awesome castle, but you know, I'll do it again. You guys didn't miss anything because I haven't shown it to you yet, but it was cool. I liked it. So I am going to be rebuilding again for a 4th time. This is the 4th time I'm going to be rebuilding this place. The other 2 times was because crashed system on my Xbox, so I had to reinstall everything brand new, and then so that was the 2nd time I had to create everything in Sanctuary, and then the 3rd time was I left from going on the Xbox onto my laptop. So then I had to start doing everything all over again, and with Sanctuary for a 3rd time, which is what we've been doing. This is episode 50, even though it says in the bottom episode 1.49. Yeah, it messed me up too. But the very first episode was 1.0, then 1.1. So technically, this is episode 50. Happy anniversary, episode 50, where we have to start all over again in a new world. But to differentiate between the two, this one is Earth 1121 builds. Well, now we're going to start with Earth J2022 builds, where we'll be building again. But I'm not going to be making a copy of everything. It's going to be different because this is a different world. There are 10 new people, including Preston, who survived. There's more greenery, and the world is just a little bit different. But I really like the tobacco place, so I'm going to do that. I don't know if we're going to have Bradley in there again, but I'm going to do a tobacco place. And we're definitely having a brothel again, because it turns out Genevieve, who survived, yeah, as a matter of fact, hey, there she is. Speak of the Queen. She, when you first meet her, she is actually a prostitute. She's a very high-class prostitute. She is from Settlers of the Commonwealth, and I met her in Diamond City. So, yeah, she is one of the Freedom 10 who survived. Genevieve.
I don't think I'm a flirt. I just like being myself. It's not my fault I'm irresistible.
I hope you guys could read the dialogue, and hear what she just said, because she is definitely gonna be in the new brothel. So, and yes, I just realized I never turned off the, anyway, so we've got here some new weapons. This is that Idjit Becker, which is basically Ronnie's comment about General Becker. He's an Idjit. So, you know, to kind of honor the guy, she has a powerful lever-action rifle. And I figured, you know what? the Bi-Steam General. I've hardly ever used the steam rifle in any of my playthroughs. I've always thought, it's kind of cool. So this time, she's going to use the Bi-Steam General. And the Captain of America, her 1911. And I decided not to suppress it this time because, whoops. I like the sound of that gun. And then she reaches behind her and reloads it. So, where's the sun? There's the sun. So yes, I'm going to be rebuilding again. I hope you guys don't mind. I really hope you guys don't mind me rebuilding again. I'm probably not going to have the tricycle repair shop again, but I never got to do the Vault-Tec Rep's business or home or anything. I haven't found him yet. She hasn't met him yet, so he's not here yet. She hasn't met... Come on. Sheffield. Oh my God, I cannot believe I forgot his name. She hasn't met Sheffield. Hi. She hasn't met Sheffield yet, but she will be, and he is going to be here doing his Nuka-Cola thing, because, God damn it, he's awesome with Nuka. So there will be some new builds, and some things that I have not even had a chance to do, but I still want to do the whole shit town, shanty town first. Leave, go do some other builds elsewhere, come back and do the upgrade, version 2, where the brothel is in nicer digs and everybody is in nicer digs. And even the shit shack shanty town thing way over that I was working on over there, even that gets updated a little bit. And so it's, even though it's the poor part of town, it's changes and stuff like that. So I still want to do that. That's still something that I want to do. We're at 37 minutes. But I do plan to build at other places as well. I hope you guys can bear with me. I'm really sorry that everything got wiped out. I thought opening a clone would not delete the things from the original profile. Yeah, it does. So, thank you all for joining me for this hell of an episode. Please like and subscribe. I hope I haven't lost any subscribers due to this. I'm very grateful. I have 158 subscribers. Thank you all so much. I hope I don't lose any of you due to this error on my part. But thank you again. Be excellent to each other and yourself, words I am learning to live by. And party on. Have a great life. Have fun. Be happy. Okay. Again, thank you all for joining me. Be excellent. Bye.